Amazing Spider-Man number 17 to 23, Hunted by Nick Spencer, Humberto Ramos, Gerardo Sandoval, and Ryan Ottley. For all the characters who didn't get a sizable War of the Realms tie-in, Marvel worked overtime to make sure their readers still had quite an opportunity to blow their comic book money. This time, Nick Spencer gets his first major multi-book arc, and it most definitely didn't disappoint. This is the Nerdiest Kid You Know's review of Amazing Spider-Man number 17 to 23, Hunted. So Kraven's back, even though he never really left, and this time he's brought his own cloned psychopathic son to help map out his next homicidal adventure. Thanks to kidnapping the lizard's son Billy, as well as the Black Cat, he's lured his favorite target in to help. Spider-Man is captured after trying to save them, but as he wakes up in his favorite retro black spider suit, he finds some not-so-friendly faces waiting to attack. It's not long before they're all on the run from some biomech Kraven-hunting humanoids. It seems the elusive Arcade has helped Kraven arrange a gigantic robot hunt for the rich. Their targets? The most expendable spider villains the Marvel Universe has ever seen. Even once Kraven ally Black Ant is thrown into the foray, care of Taskmaster. And worst of all for Peter Parker, the hallucinations of Mary Jane Watson being tortured and in pain continue to flare up. Eventually, Black Ant levels with Spider-Man and explains to him what the true situation is. As he plans his return to Kraven's home base, the Lizard has a plan of his own. Meanwhile, Kraven Jr. can't stand idly by while these rich jerks get to hunt for sport. He takes off to enact his revenge, but little does he know, he too is a pawn in his father's greatest hunt. As it turns out, the unsuspecting customers are the real targets, and in the wild of Central Park, the Vulture is on the hunter's side. Kraven captures Spider-Man and presents him with a Sophie's choice. Dr. Curt Connors stands before him, and their key to freedom is unleashing the Lizard. But once he goes there, there's no going back. The uncontrolled beast bounds into the woods while Kraven explains to the web-slinger his final hunt. It seems Kraven's only escape from life is to be killed by the spider. Of course, though, Pete could never do such a thing. Although he does his best to bait the webhead, it's all for naught. Finally, the hunter figures out another way. Using a dummy spider suit, he's able to trick his own son into fighting who he thinks is Spider-Man, to the death. But it turns out to be Kraven. In his final act of defiance, the hunter pins a long note to his killer, and as the Avengers round up both the supervillains on the outside and the super-rich poachers on the inside, Spider-Man races home to check on MJ. She's safe. Billy Connors is safe. All is well in Midtown, and Hunted finally comes to an end, with the Kraven clone donning his father's lion vest. There's a new villain in town, but this story arc drifts to its final conclusion. So with a few thoughts on this story, there's no doubt to me that Nick Spencer is equal to or as good of an author in this series as his predecessor Dan Slott was. Obviously, one to check the archives, Spencer pulled as many D-list villains out of the woodwork as Tom King did with Batman a few years ago. Seeing the Gibbon, White Rabbit, Frogman, Man-Bull, 8-Ball, it's just as bizarre as Kite Man was in that recent Joker storyline. But if anything I can take away here, it's that Spidey's clearly on an amazing incline. I give this story a 10 out of 10. If you like this video, there's hundreds more like it spanning several current and classic story arcs. Click the boxes here for more playlists. This video is also accompanied by my blog at nerdiestkidyouknow.com. You can also follow links to my Facebook or Twitter pages, as well as a link to these very issues for sale on my eBay page by clicking below. For the Nerdiest Kid You Know, I'm Sam Torito. Thanks for watching.